Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Wednesday, April 28th. I hope you guys have all had a great day. I apologize again. I was not here yesterday. Appreciate you guys letting me take some time. It was a beautiful day here in southeastern Wisconsin. It was 85 and sunny. I got to get out on the water. Didn't look at my phone for hours. Relaxed. Cruised around the lake and just had a great day. Me and the hound cruising around, picked up some friends in the afternoon. So, sometimes we all just need a day like that where you can just get away from it all. Relax, have that thing that helps de-stress you. So if you have something in your life that really just relaxes you, do it for yourself every so often. For me, that's getting out on the water. That one does it for me. It was my first day on the water for the season. I'm looking forward to a lot more of those. All right. So, FOMC, no surprise there. Rates hold, inflation higher. What's new? Same rhetoric we've been hearing for a while. And not a shock there. Continuous earnings are rolling in. Boeing, once again, we get the miss in Boeing. But equity markets pretty much inside there. Got a lot of earnings coming, though. Keep in mind. Today, we've got Apple this afternoon, including Facebook. Those are still to come. Going to be big and volatile. Shopify come out. Qualcomm, Boeing. Like we said, Boeing's a miss. I believe that 6 straight quarters that it is a miss. But they are looking forward to seeing some positive light here in H2 of 2021. You had CME, hits on earnings, miss on revenue. Humana, Ford's coming out this afternoon, so tons of them out there. And while we're just talking about earnings, tomorrow, the big boy, Amazon, comes out tomorrow afternoon. The forecast for earnings per share, $9.45. Revenue, $104.5 billion is the forecast there. We've also got MasterCard tomorrow, Comcast, McDonald's, Caterpillar, Altria, Gilead. Gosh, the list just keeps going on. Twitter. Jeez, just a day of earnings. So make sure you're paying attention to those. Again, if you think that they can cause a volatile day, stay away from trading for the day. All right. Sean, good to see you. Level 2. Have you ever had a profitable day and let one opportunity that got away bother you? Profitable day, executed, managed well, but the last missed entry expanded all my mental capital. Expended. Well, keep in mind, missing an entry is totally okay. That's just part of trading. If you had a good day, focus on the positives there. If you missed it, learn why you missed it. Once you dig into why you missed it, maybe that's going to help you realize, A, it wasn't in my strategy. B, that was not what I was looking for here today. There's going to be something in there that's going to tell you why you missed it. Or if it just was everything there and you somehow missed the entry, well, we'll pay attention to that next time. Tanya, good to see you. Sean, yep, you don't want to chase the market. Bill, good to see you. Good for you, level 2, playing some video games. Dag, good to see you. Greg, Dan faces red, so you know it had a fun day out on the. Yes, I did. I had a great day. Got a little bit of sun, which I needed it. We had feet of snow here in Wisconsin. We haven't seen much sun since probably maybe September or October. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at these markets here really quick and see what we had going on here today. All right, as always, we're going to start with crude oil. When crude oil was off to the races last night, opened up, pressed higher, continuous direction to the upside. What do we have here today? Well, we remember today is Wednesday, so we have EIA number coming out, which was a boost of 0.01 million barrels. Really not a whole lot going on in crude oil, so this market just continued in its trend higher. 64.50 is the mark. Once that market got up there, again, we're not seeing a whole lot of historical data up above here. So this market, really, we're looking for trend here, and we want to start to recognize when that trend's going to end. And we start to see right around 10 o'clock this morning, 10:30, we started to see sellers starting to overpower. Really, for me, I'm trying to catch this move off the open, recognizing that we are not making that rotation down to settlement price. So I'm looking for that weak point where I can find an entry to get on the long side and try and pick something up. Most of our bigger move really was in the overnight session. Once this market number came out, we popped. We recognized it wasn't anything huge. We rotated right back over to right where we opened up. Next, go ahead and look at S&P 500, which I'm going to be honest with you, slightly a dud. We'll show you this one here in just a second. I want to pay attention to what we have going on here today. Market opened up higher. What is our first trade we're looking for every single day? If it opens up away from settlement price, we're looking to see it close the gap to settlement price. That's exactly what we had opened up this morning. Market opened up. We rotated back over to settlement price. It's like something's not right there. Here we go. We pressed higher. We came near yesterday's high. We pushed through that just slightly. We rotated right down to settlement price. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really trading this thing here much at all today. Strictly because when we have FOMC, you never know what can happen. When Jerome Powell starts speaking, it can create volatility. Something could have happened that could have sent this market into a tizzy. But here's what I want to pay attention to, and I want you all to look at this area for the next day or so as this market continues to trade in this range. As we can see here, this market seems to be topping out every time it gets up by 85. And we kind of keep bottoming out right down here by about 75. Pretty tight range. So as we open this profile up, we're getting an idea of where we're going to look for opportunity within the market. Obviously, we have highs all the way up here at 41.93, and we have a low all the way down here, just some exact 41.66. But again, what do we like to look at? We love to look at value area. We love to look at point of control. Well, over the last 3 days, point of control has basically held steady, and this is where this market has rotated around for the last 3 days, right here at 41.81, with value area high up here at, oh, how about that, 41.84.5, and value area low down here at 41.77. That's going to be pivotal for me while this market continues to trade in this range. Look for opportunities as we hit those highs and lows. Pay attention. How is that order flow coming in? Is momentum going to push this thing outside? Are we seeing acceptance? What are we using as acceptance? Everyone's using something different. I've talked a lot about how I like the 4-hour chart to help me define some acceptance. Whatever works for you, determine that. Utilize what we're looking at here. These highs and lows, these extremes, these value areas, they are key. We talk about them every single day and how they can create continuous opportunity. So I can't stress that one enough. Make sure you're keeping an eye on that. Next, let's go ahead and look over here at the NASDAQ. Just like S&P 500, pretty much a range-bound day. Opened up above settlement price. We rotated right back down. And we're coming down to a prior swing low. Remember, these markets are visual. When I looked at this level where we came down to, we came down. Sorry, I have my other charts going as well. 13,878. Where is that market? How many times has it traded at that price in the last, let's just say, week? We have a low, just so I can look at it. We've got a low on the 26th. We broke through it on the 23rd. We supported once again on the 22nd. Supported again on the 21st. And again twice on the 21st. We have continuous reaction. Down here, I'm calling it 13,880 was the price of a low side where I was looking for this market to react. Great opportunity. Again, when we're looking at it like this, we're not getting the huge picture. But as we start to look back, just because I want to create a little bit of a visual, as we start to look back, we've got reaction. We've got reaction. We've got reaction. We have reaction. We have reaction. We've reacted in this area multiple times, and it holds really good volume. So those are things that we want to be paying attention to. So that's what we saw here today. Great opportunity as the market came to a low side here. When we are defining levels, we can help them create channels for us. We want to fade the extremes, right? Well, we can fade this extreme, and we have a beautiful target up above. We can run this thing right up to settlement price if we want, and it does just that. Yes, it comes back, but it's not knocking us out because we're keeping that stop in place, because if this market comes right back to that same price of 13,880, that trade is still valid. Therefore, we have not touched our stop, which means we're still in this trade, and we can end up moving this market right to yesterday's settlement price up here at 13,953. That'd be a nice 70-point move. I wouldn't argue with that myself. Next, let's go ahead and look at the gold. Gold, good opportunity. Great opportunity here in gold. Market opens up. We're checking right at the overnight low. Right at overnight low. Can this market continue in the downward direction, or does this market rotate higher? Well, you guys know me. I've said this already twice today. First thing I'm looking at, closing the gap to settlement price. This market tries to move lower, and it's quickly rejected on the low side. We can simply hop in this trade right at the overnight low, which 1762.80. Market went $1 through that, so a whole $100 through, and we are looking for a target up at settlement price. Settlement price is 1778.80. That's a pretty solid move. So we're going from 62.80 up to 1778.80. That's a big ticket trade right there to lock in profits with minimal risk. These are the things we're looking at when we're trading. We're trying to find those entry points that create low risk for us. And if we're using that trade and we have that one setup that says I'm looking for the market to rotate and close the gap to settlement price, we've had a couple trades here today that have paid out on that really nicely. Next, let's go ahead and look at the euro. Euro opens up in the overnight consolidation, and oh, how about that? Presses right back up to settlement price. We had a little bit of a dip after the equity open. Market came down right to overnight low. And again, we've got one low. That's one check, two check, 3 and 4. A lot of reaction right where our overnight low and regular trading hour low is, right here at 120.67. Market rotates right back to settlement price. That was the trade. 100% that's the trade in my opinion here today. The final move, I'm probably not catching that. I'm not looking for it to accelerate that high. We came through settlement price pretty nicely, so some good opportunity. Next, let's go ahead and look at the 10-year note. Yields are down just slightly. And here we go. Just because I'm on a tangent about settlement price, and these markets are given good chances rotating to settlement price. 10-year note opens up near the overnight lows, rallies to settlement price. When the market gets to settlement price, if you miss the initial move, you've got two options. The market's going to do one of two things. It's going to springboard away, or it's going to accelerate the market in what direction it went. Well, it springboarded it way down, blew through overnight lows, and then we started to see a little bit of fear when Powell was about to speak. Everything was going on. You're seeing just that emotional reaction, and this market got back to the upside here. We're going to start to see those yields take the dip. All right, everybody. Those are our markets here today. Hope you guys have all had a great day. We got a long couple days ahead of us, but the tail end of the week is upon us. We are through hump day, and I hope you guys so far are having a good week. Fed, that's the talk. We're going to continue to keep an eye on news. Revenue, Facebook revenues rise 48%. Users slightly below expectation. So we're going to keep an eye on earnings. Like I said, Amazon's the big one tomorrow. Biggest companies in the world. We got to pay attention to that. It's going to have an effect. Yeah, they're probably doing all right. I don't know about you, but I think Amazon shows up at my house at least once a day. So that one's coming tomorrow. Let's be prepared for that. Like I said, interest rates down just slightly. We got the 10-year 0.013, 30-year 0.006. GameStop up to $178.58. And we got Tesla taking the dip, $694.40. Speaking of Tesla, Elon Musk is going to be the host of Saturday Night Live this weekend. We'll see how that one is. I hear there's been some drama about that. We've got our Airbnb stock continues to press a little bit higher. We're up to $180. And our Bitcoin, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, 55,120. So our buys from the beginning of this year have not gone against us. We have been in the money since day one, and we're continuing to make money. What more could we ask? Those are some pretty solid buys. And VIX, no shocker. VIX is down today, once again, 17.34. All right, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. We got GDP, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Jobless claims, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Those are going to be the big ones. Fed balance sheet tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So big day tomorrow with economic calendar and the earnings. Again, we're going to touch on these earnings. Amazon, MasterCard, Comcast, McDonald's, Caterpillar, Altria, Northrop Grumman, Twitter, Keurig Dr. Pepper, Kraft Heinz. I mean, the list just keeps going on and on. Hershey. Royal Caribbean. It's probably a miss. They haven't been able to do much here in the last year. Massive names tomorrow. Molson Coors. So, keep an eye on earnings tomorrow. Be patient with that stuff. And then lastly, this date in history. We've got some interesting ones here today. First one, which just kind of blows my mind that we can give an exact date to this. 4,977 BC, so like 7,000 years ago. The universe was created according to Kepler on April 27th. It was a German mathematician, Johann Kepler. That's an interesting one. To give it an exact date, April 27th, 7,000 years ago. Let's see. I think I had a couple more that were pretty darn good. 1773, British Parliament passes the unpopular Tea Act. We've all heard about the Boston Tea Party. 1956, Rocky Marciano retired as world heavyweight champion of the world. I said world too many times there. And then the last one here. 2009, GM announced plans to phase out Pontiac. On that note, guys, Greg, let's see here. We got some comments. Greg, you mentioned catching the low in GC How. Well, we looking at an opportunity near overnight low, which I'll give you the exact number here just a second. The overnight low was 1762.80. Our regular trading hour low was 61.80. So the point I was making is off the open. We broke down just a little bit. It gave us an opportunity right at that overnight low to catch the buy. Awesome, guys. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. So make sure you guys join him there. And on that note, I'm going to sign on out. So stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. I hope you guys all have a great evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.